Hello there. Welcome back to another episode of Shay Does Bowling at the KingPin destination.
We are here to, keep in mind, this is going to be a special video. We're not going to do that one yet. We have a couple more weeks to go before we actually play this one. Today we're going to play Airport Lanes. I did a little bit of grinding while nobody was looking. And as you can see, there's only 2 bowling alleys left I need to get, but we're going to start off here at the Airport Lanes. Here we go. Let's see what we get ourselves into this time. And yes, I did make sure to check my mic, and it is loud as it can be. Also, this is a big boy bowling alley too, by the way. Separated by 2... We got glow in the dark lanes, and we got regular lanes over here. As you can see, there's 20 lanes here, and I teleported back. They're all the same. They all have Brunswick pin returns. What? How can I not go down? See, look at this. Actually, hold on a minute. There's actually a. Yeah, this is called Airport Lanes. As you can see, we got dummy balls. We don't use those. And of course we can't because it is what it is. Wait, so I can't use these? There's 32 lanes. 32 lanes, but it looks like maybe these 20 are used because I can't seem to, what's the word? Use them? Unless I'm supposed to sneak up down here and do it. There's the bathrooms, of course. Let's try that and see what happens. We might not be able to do it. No, of course we can't. How do you get in? Okay, that's the real question. That's the real question. How do you get in and take a look at the pinsetters? That's the only way to do that. So we're going to try, I think it's this one. If it's not here, then I don't know what it is. I might have to do some jumping if I want to be able to do this. That or this is not for me to use. Oh, here we go. This is where you access the pins. As you can see, these 20 don't have any of those neon lights, but then 21 through 32 are LEDs. There's more dummy balls. As you can see, Brunswick GSX again, just like the I think it's called I don't know, like 10-pin alley. I don't know. I'll have to come back and look at it again just because. But as you can see, there's 20 lanes that have no neon lights that are in service, and there are, and then if you go up a couple more steps, you can see the pin setter for 21 to 32. So odds are we could end up in a mixture of either glow-in-the-dark crap or the other one. But as you can see, these are all GSX, not GSX NXTs. I would like to see those, though, because, well, that might be something that comes up in the future, but you never know. As you can see, this is, I think it's for cleaning the floor. Obviously, if I just keep going, that happens. And, of course, it does it again where I'm at the neon light side. Anyway, we're going to start the bowling process now. Starting off with lane number 24. Nah, just kidding. We're going to actually just jump off. Nah, I'm just joking. We're not going to start off with neon light crap just yet. We're going to actually get started with it right now. We are on lane number 17. And of course we have the NCS scoring. And there's your Brunswick ball return. But what makes this different from all the other ones I've been on so far, let's start off with the frame 1 ball one. You'll see in a moment what's going on here. Oh, okay. This one has blue streaking. Lanes 21 through 32 have the white streaking. I think it's called, yeah, the sweep. It's got the white streak around the Brunswick logo instead of the blue one, which this one has. If you don't know, there it is again, dark blue. But if you look over there, these ones are glow in the dark. We're going to try and get at least one of these. We're going to try and get at least one of the glow in the dark and one of the normal ones. But yeah, these are all GSX, but the difference is the sweeps. And of course, this one's blue. And we've already got our first strike. We're going to do 2 games here, and we'll do 2 games at the neon lights, as long as they give us one that actually is in the light, dark, glow-in-the-dark light zone. You never know, we might not ever get it. Or it might just be pointless. Bruh, Bowling God's index finger. Always starting it off. We're starting off with the Bowling God's index finger for 9. Only one thing can save us here. Just throw another ball down the tube and get that spare. There we go. Oh yeah, you can zoom in and see the pin setter do its thing. I never actually did that with the last one, so you can actually do, I can do the iconic lines that Georgia551 would do in his videos. For those of you who like the pin setters, here's the Brunswick GSX in action. And here's the fresh set of 10. And there we go. Ball 1, frame 5, ball 1. Eight. And the Bowling God's index finger, and the Bowling God's pointer finger. Actually, no, that's the back pin, not the front one this time. It's still an 8. Ooh, strike again. We got spare strike, spare strike, spare strike. Oh, that's ugly. Split. Nine. Bowling God's pointer finger. Actually, no, that's the end. That's the middle finger. Here we go. Another 8, and we're only at frame 9, so this is not good. We are not doing good, Will. We ain't doing good. Spare. Last game, let's see what happens. Or actually, no, not last game. Last frame, ball 1. And let's actually watch the pin setter this time. We keep forgetting to do it because it's just the same old crap. But when it comes to the Brunswick on the opposite end, there we go. There's a strike. And we're starting off with that. For those of you who like the pin setters, here's the Brunswick doing the same thing I just did the last time. Sweeping the pins away that were there. Not. And there's 10. Another 8. This is not ending well. We got a 184 so far. You realize that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. This is called the Brooklyn Bar South. Called the Airport Lanes. And another spare, ending game 1. Alas, game 1 is a 186. Which is honestly not great, and it doesn't help that we got one nasty split in the middle of the game, too. One nasty split. Alright, let's do one more game at this lane, and we'll go over to whatever lane they put us in next. Hopefully one of the light show ones, at least. Actually, look at that. It's cleaning out the pins again, so let's see them do it again. There's your pins, and there's the pin setter doing nothing else after that. Sweep. Sweep. Another 9, and it's a new palace right. We've been waiting for this one. We've been waiting. $10, and another spare. About the same as... This is basically how we started game 1. Let's see if we can actually do better this time. I don't know if we can, but we can definitely, for God's sake, try. Ooh, there we go. Another strike. And that's just how the last game started with the first 2. A spare, then strike. Just as long as the pattern doesn't repeat, we can get a higher score than 186, because last time that is exactly what happened. We got a 180, I got a 186, and that was about it. The pattern has broke, another strike. Pattern broke, another strike. Now the real question is, are we going to get a turkey? Let's find out. Here we go. Turkey has been acquired. And 3 would have been a spare if that did not happen with the new palace right. Guess what? That didn't happen this time. We got a turkey and a ongoing high score, potentially, if something does not happen. Let's see how it happens here. Ooh, 4 in a row. We're getting somewhere now. We're only at 100, and that is how much we've done so far. And of course, the sweeper is doing its thing, and the pins are coming down. Let's see if we can do the curveball and get another strike. Let's see what Mother Nature has got for us. And strike streak has ended with a 9. But that's okay. 109 is not too bad. 109 is not bad, but the actual score is 128. Just 16 more points and we can tie our original score in the last game, which was a 186. And another spare, so you know what that means. We're going to get more spares and potentially a chicken. At least, I hope not. I hope not, at least. There's the pins. Okay. Double spare, potentially? That's not helping us at all. Just as long as there's no split. As long as there's no split, the game is still potentially going to be a high score one. Alas, it won't be as good as the Middleton score we got, which was a 257, which that's our still ongoing high score. I've come close to it a few times during my grind. And when I mean got close, I mean 3 pins below a high score. 254. I did get that when I was playing alone. I was at a different bowling alley too. Another 9, and the new Palace right is back again. That means And let's hope the last 2 frames don't end with catastrophes. Let's find out. Ooh, here we go. Back to strikes. Or at least frame 9 is a strike. Let's just hope we get 4 more and another turkey. Let's just hope we get 2 more and another turkey, and that will be good. That will be good for us, and it will be good for our score. Knowing our luck, we probably won't get it. And that proves my point tenfold. Another nasty 8.
Yeah.
Spare. Alas, we got a bonus ball, but it's not good enough to break past. Actually, look at that. 216's our score this time. So we broke 186 this time, and still about 40 pins away from that high score. Especially if you consider that's a strike. And that's exactly what happened. Again, another strike. We ended with a grand total of 226. Not good. Actually, no, this is technically the best it's going to get. Because knowing my luck, we're going to sink further if we go any further past that number. We got a 186 in the first game and 226 in the second. Let's hope we get a glow-in-the-dark one. Let's just hope we get glow-in-the-dark ones this time. And to make sure of it, let's actually go to the thing itself. Actually, let me do a little bit of a... Actually, look at this. Wait, these actually open? I didn't know that at all. In fact, it rained. It's raining right there in that game. It's raining in the game there. But of course, at least you're shielded. You can actually go in and out of the thing. But you start off right here. So, that's cool. Anyway, let's actually get on to game number 3. And the only way we're going to do that is pushing the bowl button and finding out where it takes us. 10. Alright, you know what? Let's do that. Let's try again. Let's try that again. We're not taking number 10. I want one of these 14. I think it's 14. I think it's... No, it's 11. That's 11 because we start at 21. It starts at lane 21 and ends at 32. So it's 20. It's technically 11 lanes. The first 20 are on the right, are on the left side. The next 11, which are definitely add-ons, are later. So let's just see if we get our lucky number. And here we go. 3, 2, 1. Cross your fingers. Number 6. It feels like the bowling gods don't want me to pick a glow-in-the-dark lane. This is the second one so far. And of course it's cleaning out and giving us new pins when we didn't even ask him to. I mean, look. You can see the new pins are just right there. Now numbers 10 and 6 have Brunswick crown pins as opposed to what? Yes. That just gets... It gets even crazier when you look at it from an angle. Actually, look at that. There's a little food aisle here, so... Cool. And I see... Little tiny drink machine. I see a little tiny drink machine. What does that say? Spurt! Whatever. Let's actually do the next lane game. Please. Number 28, here we go. We got a glow-in-the-dark lane. Let's see what we get to do this time. We got a glow-in-the-dark lane. Let's find out what we get. Yeah, that one's definitely got a, I think it's the... That might be exactly what we were looking for. Now, if you look at this one, let's see what it does here. Yep, this one's got the white streak as opposed to the blue. So as you can see, these were added on later because this one has the white streaking as opposed to the blue. Those 20 have the dark blue, have like the dark blue gradient on the hook, on the sweeper. This one is a white one. And we got a double already. We're starting off with a wonderful double. Are we going to get a good high score on this lane? Let's find out. And we did a little bit of dilly-dallying before we actually got our next lane. So this isn't going to be this is not going to be edited, so you're going to see a lot of chaos today. Let's see if we get any better than that. No, it's a 9. I would like to believe that those were added on before these were, because the sweepers are different. The first 20 have the dark blue streak. These ones don't. In fact, they have the white one, the solid white one, which is pretty well known for a lot of places. So, hey, a little bit of diversity this time. Except it's just the sweeper that looks different, not the entire thing. I would have been surprised if they just used A2s for lanes 1 through 20 and these 11 had the GSX. Guess what? That's not true. Instead, it's the opposite. It's all GSX, but the sweepers are different. And as you can see, another 10 and another strike. But we could have gotten a turkey at frame 3, but that didn't happen. And as you can see, there's your, what was I going to say? Pin setter. Honestly, this one's the most unique, so that's why it's the... There we go, another strike. The question is, are we going to get a turkey this time? If we keep going, we might get one, but I have very low hopes. Oh yeah, there's the pins again. I got to pay more attention to that too, because that's the whole focus of the channel. Let's see if we got... Ooh, there we go. That's a turkey right there. We got another turkey. Second one in the game, so second one... Technically, this is the second one in this particular game. There's your pins going back up. Technically, this is the second turkey we've gotten all games... In all 4 games so far, which we're on game 3, we got 2 turkeys to start. 4 in a row. Now that is not something you get every day. 4 in a row. We might be in for it if we keep going. I'm hoping for at least a high score of 250. But knowing our luck, we're not going to do that very well. Ooh, 5 in a row. Okay, maybe we will. Maybe we will get it. We're only at 179, so that's kind of that's already a big number alone. Are we going to break the high score, or are we going to do better? Or are we going to fall? Let's see how this goes. And, yep, it ended with a split. 8 and a split. This might actually be easy to recover from because it's only that and not anything too big. Let's see if we can recover from this. All we gotta do is just curve the ball a little bit to the left and knock it over. And no split recovery. It's a 9. What could have been, we're only at 215. We can at least guarantee we'll be higher than 226 this time, at the very minimum. At the bare minimum, we will get higher than 226. That's a promise right there. That's a promise. And if I go by that logic, it's another new palace right. And of course, I jinxed it. We were doing so well too, by the way. We had 5 strikes and a turkey as well. And that had to happen. But of course, we are just 2 pins away from that high score of 226. At this particular rally, I guess. We'll break it. As you can see, 225. We're going to get the bonus ball. Let's just hope we end it with a strike like we did in the first game. Actually, no, technically all the games 1 and 3, game 1 has a strike. Let's see if we get another. Ooh, look at that. Okay, games 1 and 3 have strikes at the end. 235. We're getting better now. We went from 226 to 235. Now that's improvement. And we've only played 3 games here on camera. 8 strikes, 2 spares, and a little bit of a nasty split. Just like we did in game 1. We got a split and a bunch of bad luck. This time, it's a bunch of strikes, a split, and and 2 spares. 1 completely ruined the entire integrity of the game. Game 4, ball 1. And this is only game 2 on lane number 28. There we go. That's good. We're starting off with a wonderful strike, just like we did in game 3. And also technically, games 1 and 2 started off with a spare, then a strike. We're getting the opposite effect this time. We're getting the opposite effect so far. And double. It's a double. Can we get a turkey? This will be the third one in this game, so this will be the third one of this particular alley if we do get it. There's your pin setter again. Alright, let's go big and... It's go big or go home. Let's see what we get. Nope, New Palace right. The turkey is ruined. The turkey's ruined. In fact, far from ruined. It's spoiled. I asked a little too much. I technically asked just a little bit too much. Now let's see what we get here. Another spare. Or technically this is the first one in this game. This is the first spare in this game. But in game 3, we... Okay, so to recap, our high score is 235 in this game. In this alley. The first game was 186, the second game was a 226, and the third game, which is the last one, previous one, was 235. Are we going to do better this time? We're getting somewhere here, but it's a 79. We're getting somewhere, but it's only a 79 so far. And we just watched the sweeper just go back up and drop our last pins. Oh! We did not miss you a lot. It's the bowling god's middle finger this time. We did not at all miss you. In fact, we didn't care for your presence. In fact, you're still here. The bowling god's middle finger. Prepare to be broken off and taken straight back. And broken finger, it's a spare. I was about ready to say strike, but I corrected myself before I made any oopsies here. We still have five frames and potentially 8 strikes. If we can do that, we can guarantee a high score. Maybe even higher than our score at Middleton, which was 257. Caught on camera, of course. It happened again. Are you It happened again.
The bowling god's middle finger!
And the same leave we got the last time. 9. Make that 7. Make that 7. Oh boy, that pin started spinning around after that. Make that 7 potential candidates for a strike. If we can keep doing this, we can. If we keep going at this rate, we might get somewhere. But knowing our luck, we're not doing too good. We are not, in fact, doing very good. And that proves my point even more. That is not a strike. That is an 8. Look who found me again. Arizona Rails. Oh yeah, if you guys don't know, he was actually in, he actually played with me on the live stream. If you don't remember him, he's in the live stream. There we go, another spare. We got 2, 3. Technically, that's a chicken because we got 3 spares in a row. Wonder where he ended up. What the hell? That ball just started flying! I don't know if you guys just noticed that, but the ball was literally in the air. The ball was in the air. Ooh, there we go. Strike. That should have been on frame number 5. We could have gotten a strike there, and we would have been on the road to success. That ball went airborne. In fact, it's doing it again. It's doing it again. He's just like launching that ball, and it's just jumping around like. Jeez! Ooh, we got a strike. And that pin almost ruined the entire integrity of that game lane. Frame 10. Now let's see if we get anything good on frame 10. Let's find out. I think he's on lane number 1. Only one way to find out. Another. Oh, it's the index finger this time, not the middle finger. Still, I'm annoyed. Still, I'm annoyed because that should have been something else. Yeah, I think he's on the last lane. Let's find out. Maybe not. He might actually be on lane number 3. He might be on lane number 3, but I'm on the glow-in-the-dark side, which is lane where lane 28 is. And we ended off with the 28. I'm just joking. We end it with 205. Bought one more ball, so maybe we'll get into the 210s. Maybe we'll break into the 210s at the very minimum. But I'm not making any guarantees yet. Because anything can happen, really. And that is exactly why I don't put everything on the last ball being a strike. 214. Lower than 235, but at least it's a 210 score. Yep, he actually ended up on lane number 1. I was right the first time. And this ball just went up in the air and knocked those over. He just knocked them over. Alright, well that's it for the live stream, the video recorded part of these. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next bowling video. And any other video in between them.